Let's discuss. Hey everyone, it's Rachel back again with another reaction video, and today I'm going to be checking out a new track from Memphis May Fire. And Memphis May Fire is a band that I used to be very into. Their earlier albums, especially Challenger, were mainly what I listened to. I used to listen to them a lot, like 2012 type area. That they were a huge part of my listening, and I saw them a bunch of times. But then after like 2014, I can't remember the name of the album, but I think it was a mixture of like their sound changing and my music taste kind of changing a little bit, and then I really didn't listen to them as much, except going back to Challenger and Sleepwalking, stuff like that. But they've put out a new track called Blood and Water. I've heard that it's a little bit reminiscent of their old sound, so I wanted to check it out. That's what I'm going to be doing today, so I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get straight into it. That is a very fun name for it.
All the years spent with the vermin left me so sick. Always searching, I learned that trust is rarely worth it. You can't believe what you hear from the mouth of a serpent. You can't believe what you hear from the mouth of a serpent. What's dead is dead. What's dead is dead. What's dead is dead.
I really like that it changes up a little bit, the speed of the chorus.
What you wanted,
Memphis May Fire, Blood and Water. Let's discuss. I love to see this from Memphis May Fire. This is a song that will go on the playlist for me, which for the last, like I mentioned in the intro, the last few releases for them for quite a while, it hasn't really been that way for me. I haven't really connected with their music in a while, or it's not really been stuff that I'll listen to too much, which happens when your sound changes as a band, when the listeners' tastes change. But as somebody who really used to be into them, I'm glad to see this as a release from them as soon as that opening riff kicked in, which was like the main riff of the song, and a lot of fun, by the way. I dug that riff a lot, but as soon as that kicked in, I was like, okay, I see now, because the only thing I had really heard was that, hey, you should check out the new Memphis May Fire song, it's kind of heavy, and I was like, kind of heavy, I'm interested, why not? So here we are. I'm glad I did this. So that opening riff, also the intensity in that second verse, I think, where the mouth of a serpent part, I really liked that a lot. The tone of the bass in the chorus, and how I mentioned, so the chorus has like a transition point where it hits a kind of more slower tone, and it really comes together at that point, I feel. So going into the chorus for the first time on this song, when I heard how upbeat it sounded and whatnot, I wasn't totally sure. I was like, okay. And then it hit that point where it kind of transitions and gets to a more settled tone. And I really like that part, especially on how the last time that you get the chorus, it's done a little bit differently, and it really just sets right into that after a more kind of slower, different part of it. Same chorus, but just done a little bit differently. But I like how it comes into that part where I felt like it had already come together for that final chorus. The bass tone in the chorus sounded fantastic. So overall, I was a fan of that chorus. I just said that word like 10 times in the last minute, but anyway, was a fan of that. The only thing I will say is that I felt like, so that part I was talking about with the mouth of the serpent sounded really good. It was really heavy towards the end of the second verse, but I felt like having that there and having the intensity of that part kind of took away, or the breakdown should have been maybe a little bit longer because of that. It felt a little imbalanced to me for the actual breakdown portion of it. Like maybe that could have just been stretched out a little bit more or something. And that's really just after my first time listening through. So I'll have to listen to it more and see if that's, really how it feels to me after repeat listens and that sort of thing. It just felt like with the intensity of that mouth of the serpent's part, the breakdown could have used like a little bit more, if that makes sense, just to make it feel balanced. But otherwise, overall, I really like this from Memphis May Fire. This is a song that I will definitely be revisiting. That mouth of the serpent's part, the main riff, the breakdown, which, yeah, so saying that, with the second verse thing and the breakdown was still awesome. I really dug the heavier sound coming back from Memphis May Fire. And for me, like we've talked about on the channel, it doesn't always have to be heavy for me. I enjoy a decent amount of music that is not heavy music, but there was just something about like the newer songs for them that it just wasn't really my style. So even if they were to come with something that wasn't necessarily heavy or whatever, it doesn't mean that I wouldn't like it, but for this specific band and what I've heard in their discography and what I enjoyed from them, I like the heavier sound for them, I'll say. So that doesn't just mean across the board anything has to be heavy, but this is what I like from Memphis May Fire. This is just a single, so I'm not sure if there will be an album in process that will have this sort of sound, but if there is, I am definitely excited to hear it. So let me know what you thought in the comments. If you have an unrelated song you'd like to see me do a reaction for, I do live streams on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time and on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Times. That's how we're really getting through requests at this point in time, other than like the Unsigned Sunday stuff, which all that information is on the Unsigned Sunday videos. Those will be starting up again at the end of this week. But anyway, yes, if you're interested in a reaction or something, that's really how we're doing those, so you could join a live stream to get a request going. There will be the Linktree link in the description of this video for my socials, which is the invite link for the Discord server that I talk about very frequently, every video, every live stream, because I love the Discord server. There are a lot of fantastic people in there. We have a lot of music-related conversations, non-music-related conversations, just a lot of conversation going on in there. So if that's your sort of thing, that will be there. Along with that, in the link tree in the description, you can find my Instagram profile link. On Instagram, I post my vinyl collection, my merch collection, what I listen to the most each week, different music-related things, all music stuff. So if that interests you at all, my handle is Rachel Reacts. Just like my YouTube channel, I will put it up here on the screen for you, as well as having it in that link tree. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.